Hey guys, Andrew Baxter here, coming to you from the beautiful city of Melbourne, one of my favourite cities in the world. Coming down for a chat and an interview today with a gentleman by the name of Jason Wong, who happens to be one of our Traders of the Year for 2024. This is a really interesting interview, I'm sure, that's going to uncover the mindset, particularly that's required for success in markets. Many people get into the investing space hoping to get a home run on their first investment, and if it doesn't pan out, they pack up their kit and walk away from it, missing out on a tremendous opportunity. In this case, an opportunity to bank over $200,000 in cold hard cash profit for one single year. So we're going to unpack a lot of the mindset that it takes to be successful, as well as the journey that Jason's been on. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting conversation. So let's get after it. In terms of a little backstory, what was it that prompted you to reach out to AIE in the first instance? What was it that drew you in to start a conversation with us?
Interestingly, I still remember the day that we were at a Tony Robbins event. It was a post-event a week later. They had a follow-up event. And what happened was, I remember they had guest speakers coming on board, and I wasn't paying too much attention, to be quite honest. When you came on board, I was throwing some darts on the board. And I still remember what you said. You said, how would you like to make money in the share market, whether the market was going up, down, or sideways? And that caught my attention. I was involved in property. I was lucky enough to be a developer. My background was an architect, did a few developments, and that went really well. But then COVID hit, means no one was buying apartments, construction stopped, everything stopped. So I decided to take a back step, and then I was actually looking for my next calling. And then I was very heavily involved with property, but not so much the share market. I bought shares in the past, but never really learned how to trade. So I thought, okay, why don't I pick up a new hobby? And 5 years later,
that hobby's become very profitable for you.
It has been okay. It has been okay. It has been okay.
So we have quite an open line of communication. I know you and I speak a lot.
Yep.
What would you rate and what would you say about the support you receive at Australian Investment Education?
It's been amazing. It was like talking to a friend. I remember whenever I question what I should be doing on certain trades, I will give Mitch a call, and he will just go through what I need to do. And I suppose what I love about what you guys do is, you have never not called me back, and it's always very approachable. And I think for me, that's really reassuring.
A big part of your nomination was talking about managing your emotions, cutting losses.
Yep.
And I know we had before we get into your results for 2024, a very frank conversation at the back end of 2023, I believe it was.
Yep.
How does those teachings and those processes that we taught and also that we spoke about factor into your decision-making moving forward?
What I did, as soon as I wiped the slate clean, I sat down. I didn't trade for 1 or 2 weeks. I actually sat down and said, okay, no point jumping into the ship. I sat down and rewrote my trading plan. I actually set some goals, set some ways I would like to enter each trade, how I would like to exit, and started redeploying my funds. And I remember you said that, gain your confidence. So I started doing a little, get back into the thing. And I remember back to about May, from Feb to May, I got back to my opening account balance. So that was really rewarding. And then moving forward from May till August, I did quite well. I mean, actually, it's good that I finally burned the boat and kept moving forward. But then in August, the Japanese yen carry trade happened. And at the time, I thought, why does this happen to me again? And I think a lot of people find that, when you trade and go, why does this always happen to me? And I thought to myself, wait, that's happened, and market tends to overreact. And I thought to myself, there's no point panicking now, because I could wipe the slate clean again, but there's nothing I've done wrong. The trading plan meant it's something that I can't deal with externally. I just need to stick to the plan.
So over the course of 2024, you banked $202,000 of profit for the year, which is a fantastic profit to see banked, and many congratulations on that.
Thanks.
It's a huge achievement. What does your working day look like from a trading perspective? What sort of time input do you put into your trading on a per day basis, do you think?
I don't trade every day. I've got a method. I only trade on the Friday, which is a Saturday morning for me, because I trade mostly US. But my day-to-day, I actually make sure that I listen to all the podcasts, your podcast, of course, and also listen to CNBC, Halftime Report, Closing the Bell, Fast Money. So I make sure that every day when I'm actually doing something, when I'm exercising, taking a walk, I'm always getting up to date to share my code. Not sitting down, but just as I go about driving in the car.
Just like osmosis, having it around you.
And then in terms of trading, I'll wake up probably the last hour of the trading on the Saturday morning, I suppose. And then if I need to sell puts or sell calls, I'll do that. If I don't get set, I'll do it on the Monday. And then if I don't get set on Monday, I'll leave it for another week.
That's it for the week. You're not impatient, you don't chase
So
it.
probably maximum in terms of actively trading is probably 2 hours a week, yeah. One of the reasons why I actually shared the story with Mitch about my trading, I've never been the kind of person who likes to beat my own chest and say how well I've done trading-wise. And I certainly didn't think it was a great year by any means, because like naturally the market did quite well as it is in 2024. But what I felt like sharing the story was because the journey I had that year wasn't linear. It wasn't like I was making money throughout the entire year. It was basically wiping the slate clean, taking a real hit on the account, then experience the carry trade, and then still trying to keep yourself together and trade. So essentially I did that in the last 4 months of the year, knowing that actually using trading as an instrument and helps pay for my holiday at the end of the year is quite rewarding, because we traveled to Europe for 5 weeks, and it was a big trip for the family, and we visited some pretty expensive cities in the world, namely Copenhagen, Zurich, Switzerland. Switzerland was a pain, and Singapore. When you're paying $15 for a hot chocolate, knowing that your trading money is paying for that kind of make everything easier.
Makes it a little sweeter, right?
It was okay. After wiping the slate cleaner, actually then on the other side of the journey and being able to see a profit, you kind of, you sort of like, your shoulder relaxes, you tend to go, yeah, we can do this. Oh, the kids said, Disneyland, they want to buy, they're funding the Mickey Mouse ears. They're like $40 for Mickey Mouse. Yeah, sure, we can do that. You kind of like, everything becomes a little bit easier once you get over the hurdle.
You've been through a lot in your brief trading career.
Yes.
I mean, 4.5, 5 years. You've seen a lot and you've been through a few market cycles. It's never been easy for you, but you've come out on top with some really good profit. What advice would you give to someone who's looking to get into the stock market and start investing?
I think that you wouldn't do it without knowing what to do and having your support, having someone to call, having the podcast, having the campfire, the weekly classrooms. That really helps to get a full picture of what's going on with the market and able to clarify my view of how should I be deploying my funds? Should I be holding off, or is the market too hot? So I think having that insights, and you guys do it, you do all the analysis, I think that really helps to reconfirm what I want to find out and what I want to know. And I think that's important.
We're in here in this particular room, and in a few hours' time, we're going to have this full of people that are coming to look and see what we do. And 4.5 years ago, you were sitting in one of these seats here, having a listen to it. What advice would you give anyone coming along and having a listen to what we say this evening? What advice would you give them based on your experience?
Give it a go. I think it's like anything. You don't know what you don't know. And I think once you actually do it, and you don't have to go full in and put all your money into the first trade. I remember dipping my toes into the trading thing with you guys. And I think the important part of it is just have a go, understand it, and lean on you guys. Just send Rich an email.
You've been involved a lot with community in AIE. I know through the various boot camps and social events that we've had, you've made trading partners and also probably good friends. So what would you say your experience has been like in that space?
It's good to have people doing the same thing as you. I think we talk a different language. We understand the market, we understand what each other is going through, and we can support each other having that similar experience. So I think that's important.
If we were to put a ribbon around where you see the future going, for you, your trading, the strategy you're operating, and the support that we offer, how do you view the next 12 months for you personally in terms of, say, confidence? Obviously, we don't know what the market's going to do, but in terms of confidence in your process and what it is that you're seeking to achieve and the discipline to execute it?
I think having 2024 behind me, I think really sets me up for the future because as we all know, currently we've had the Trump trade recently with the whole Liberation Day and the whole market flipping upside down. This time I'm more calm about it. It actually really sets me up because this time I'm not as reactive or panicky as I was before. I understand that, well, it happened, that the market is not doing as well.
I think that's a really interesting
Yeah.
word, is not being reactive and actually being able to respond
Yep.
where you've got control, as opposed to that red mist of fear going, oh my goodness, look what's going on in the media and going on and making poor quality decisions. You can instead step back and execute your plan. That's a huge breakthrough in just one word, actually.
Yes.
Less reactive.
Yeah, less reactive, and also knowing that I've been through that before and I know I can trade this one out, and actually just the knowledge that, just the self-belief that after having that experience, having that self-belief now, given the current conditions, it's going to be okay. You just believing in your trade plan, and also if you're unsure, give Mitch a call and he will analyze it, go through it with you and tell us it is.
It's always good to come down here, and it's even better spending time with you. I miss our Zooms. It's we probably should do another one. So,
Sure.
a couple of things. Number one, firstly, I've got a little gift for you when you're taking your business on the road, so you can trade more easily and fluidly. And I'm sure your kids will be most appreciative. So I'm sure you probably got one or two of those in your household. But the real reason, because you can go and buy one of those from anywhere, but what you can't get is what's in this box here. And what we'd like to do is, in recognition, I guess, of your focus, the personal growth journey that you've been on, and the belief in yourself and the system, is to recognize that, not to mention a couple $100,000 of profit and a nice 5-week holiday in Europe, is recognize that achievement as our Australian Investment Education 2024 Trade of the Year. Jason Wong, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Great job, mate. Well done.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Rich. Thanks, Andrew.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
So there you have it, guys, and that really is an incredible story. For me, when I meet clients that haven't had smooth sailing and they've taken a bit of bark off from time to time, yet they regroup and they have the tenacity and the mindset and the belief in themselves to take off the table what can be had, a couple $100,000 of profit, that to me is a true winner. So many times in life, it's easy to take the path of least resistance when things don't initially work and give up. Giving up is not what success is about. It's those micro steps, day in, day out, that consistency, as you've just heard in this interview. Very deserving winner. And the question is, how are you going to be trading and investing over the next year? And maybe it could be you and I having a conversation to discuss your success.